Hey, I don't know why this popped into my head, but one of the silliest things that the Main Street business sellers can do, and this isn't so much a Florida issue because the Florida market has an association of business brokers where they all work together in a very, very, very healthy co-brokering scenario. And believe it or not, we're the only state that really does that. The other states, the brokers, business brokers don't generally work together. Now at Transworld, we encourage it. We want our people to work together, but the independent boutique brokers, they don't want to. They want to, their philosophy, and this is probably a dirty little secret, but I'm going to say it anyways because I think it's warranted, is why would I want to share my commission? If you're a real buyer, you're going to come buy. Frankly, that's an old, it's an old philosophy that worked because the market was very inefficient. But the mistake I see some sellers make is twofold. They are wildly emotional about what the value of their business is and who's going to be the buyer. And they do not have honest conversations, nor do they want to listen honestly. I'm not a psychotherapist, so I ain't going to try and fix that, but it's a systemic issue. And I get it, it's emotional. When you get into business, you put money into it, and if you're willing to be an entrepreneur, you're kind of independent thinking to begin with, but you're unwilling to take constructive feedback and change and get yourself extricated from the problem that you're in. I'm dealing with one right now where a guy had a small business. He poured money into money and then he showed profit one year, but the reality was he was expensing everything. He screwed up the financials. The business is worth maybe 90 grand. And he thought it was worth like 200, and he's planning on his retirement, which gets into the whole exit planning thing, but that's another discussion. But the mistake you make is choosing a boutique broker, because you're thinking they're all the same and you don't understand how brokerage works. The broker you choose, and it's less of an issue in Florida because there is a proactive MLS, but if they don't have a healthy balance sheet, i.e. the money to market the business efficiently, then you're going to not sell because they're not going to be able to put it on the websites, because the broker takes on risk. They take on the cost of marketing. Every listing costs a certain amount of money. The primary website like Biz by Sell and all the rest, they charge a monthly fee. And then the broker has to devote their energy and time to the listing that's going to get them paid. So it's not uncommon for brokers to pull back capital from one listing and do it on another. You as a seller think you're getting a win, probably because that you're picking somebody on a price point, not on the ability to spend capital to get the deal done, because it costs money. It costs money for an office, it costs money for staff, it costs money to have the software, it costs money to do the marketing, it costs money to do the social media posts, it costs money to drive to appointments, it costs money to have your membership with Biz by Sell, BrokerWorks, Merger Network, DealStream, all the rest of these websites. And if you're choosing on price, then they're going to take the listing and they won't sell. And they're going to deploy their capital to what's going to get them the ROI. So to the smaller businesses, one of the questions you need to ask is, how strong is your balance sheet? How much money do you have, and how much do you spend on marketing? And can you go the distance? If you're a Florida person, it's the John Morgan argument. Or John, when he's doing one of his commercials, is like, does your lawyer need the money more than you do? It's a damn good question, because if you can't go the distance, you're probably not the right broker to sell the deal.